Right now, the world owes more than $315 trillion. That's almost 3 times the size of the entire global economy. The United States alone owes over $38 trillion. Europe owes $14 trillion, and Japan owes $9 trillion. Big numbers, right? But here's the twist. They're not just numbers. Every dollar of it touches your life. Your taxes, your savings, your rent, even the price of your morning coffee, they're all quietly connected to this mountain of debt. And here's the question nobody really asks. If every country is in debt, who's the creditor? Who's on the other side collecting the interest, keeping this system alive? Debt isn't a government problem. It's a global story built on trust, law, and belief. And you're already part of it. This is the World Historian. We expose the secrets they hoped would stay buried. On the surface, debt sounds simple. Borrow money, pay it back. But that's not how governments operate. They almost never pay back the full amount. They just roll it over. Old debts get replaced with new ones, and the system keeps spinning. It works because everyone believes repayment is possible. Not today, not tomorrow, maybe not ever, but possible. That belief alone keeps the machine alive. The real creditor isn't a person or a bank. It's the system itself. It exists in laws, expectations, and trust. And you, without realizing it, are part of the story. Your pension, your savings, the value of your home, even your job, they all depend on that illusion being maintained. Think of the global economy as a giant web. Every thread is a bond, a loan, a payment, or an interest rate. It's not controlled by one person or one nation. It works only because everyone involved believes it will keep working. Look at Japan. Their national debt is more than twice the size of their entire economy, but most of it is held by their own people. Banks, pension funds, insurance companies, they're lending to themselves. It sounds crazy, but it works because trust stays inside the system. Now, take the United States. A lot of its debt is also held domestically, but foreign countries, especially China, own a big piece too. When those countries buy U.S. bonds, interest rates stay low. When they stop buying, like China has been doing recently, the cost of borrowing shoots up. The moment confidence wavers, the illusion starts to flicker. Greece learned that the hard way in 2010. When investors lost trust, interest rates skyrocketed, the economy crashed, and citizens paid the price through austerity. Yet even then, the world didn't let the illusion break. Loans were extended, bailouts announced, and the story continued. The global debt system doesn't run on repayment. It runs on faith. The moment belief fades, the web shakes. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Governments don't want to repay their debts. If they did, money would disappear from circulation, markets would collapse, and economies would shrink overnight. So instead, they roll it over endlessly. Interest payments keep the machine alive, flowing from taxpayers to investors to banks. It's a cycle that never ends. And the only thing holding it together is belief. Belief that governments will always pay, that central banks will always manage, that the next generation will carry the load. This is the illusion story. The story that says, don't worry, the government will fix it. That story keeps the system stable. If it ever broke, markets would panic, interest rates would spike, and trust would vanish overnight. The creditor isn't a person or a nation. It's the illusion itself. It's law, expectation, and performance. Break the illusion, and the system eats itself. Just look at Argentina or Greece. Both nations collapsed the moment belief vanished. The numbers didn't kill them. The loss of trust did. And now, with China stepping back from U.S. bonds, we're watching that tension build again in real time. Every bond that's issued, every payment made, every word spoken by a central banker, it's all designed to keep belief alive. Low interest rates mean the system is calm and trusted. Rising rates mean the story is cracking. If major buyers stop showing up, like China slowing its purchases, the U.S. government has to offer higher interest to attract new ones. That means higher borrowing costs, higher taxes, and less money for everything else. But the web still holds, because the story still holds. People still believe. Markets still trust. The creditor is the system itself, a living network of trust and expectation that keeps global debt alive. And whether you like it or not, you're one of its moving parts. Governments know this better than anyone. They know the system depends on people believing it will never fail. That's why every budget announcement, every central bank meeting, every debt ceiling debate is more about psychology than policy. It's about keeping investors calm. It's about telling citizens, we're in control. Because if the public or foreign creditors ever stopped believing, if they stopped buying those bonds, the system would snap overnight. Interest rates would explode. Government spending would freeze. Markets would spiral. And the illusion of solvency would vanish. Right now, the U.S. is walking that tightrope. China's buying less. Interest rates are rising. And every statement from Congress, the Treasury, or the Fed is part of a quiet performance meant to hold confidence together. The creditor isn't China. It isn't Wall Street. It's the story itself. A story kept alive by laws, by media, by government, and by you. Because the moment people stop believing, the entire web falls apart. Next time you hear about national debt or deficits, don't think of it as numbers on a screen. Think of it as a living organism, a system of trust and promises connecting every government, every bank, and every one of us. The creditor isn't a person. It's the system itself. It survives because we believe it can. Break that belief, and everything collapses. Keep it alive, and the illusion continues, quietly shaping your life in ways most people never see. Because in the end, what we call debt isn't just money owed. It's a story that has to be believed to exist at all. If this opened your eyes to the world, hit subscribe, and I'll help you see the world through time's eyes.